see if there are going to be any switch-ups in terms of draft this game. Does it like Rex going to go for this Viper again? I do feel like this is a very good Viper map. There are so many works. There's one-ways on each entrance to the map. There's some one-ways mid. There's some one-ways top mid. There's one-ways everywhere. There's some nice smokes. There's some nice wall lineups for her. And there's some nice small choke points for her Molotovs to do particularly well. Although it does look like Anvai are opting for only Jet and Viper as smoking characters again. Not picking up the Omen, which I feel might be something that you would want to change up at some point. Just because Omen is really powerful. His flash is incredibly good. His smokes are also very easy to use. He gets 3 of them and he recharges them throughout the game.
Select your agent.
So yeah. Does look like it's going to be pretty much the same composition coming through from both teams. I wonder if they would be picking up Killjoy instead of Cypher if she was actually playable in customs at the moment. Pretty awkward time for her not to be available in customs as First Strike has just started. But either way, I'm sure they'll be getting over that problem at some point. Maybe she is allowed in customs again. I haven't really kept up with it and it's something I really should keep up with, to be honest, so that's pretty bad on my end. Coming through here onto Ascent, they're going to be starting on the same sides, Anvai on defense and iPra on offensive side. Lots and lots of ghosts coming out for both teams here. This is one of the one-ways Viper can do over on the B side of the map. There's also one A, there is also one mid. You can throw up onto one of the walls of mid link, which gives you a nice one-way from short to mid link. There's one's A main. Is very nice. There's one even at bottom mid where you can throw it over the archway. Pretty versatile character, especially on this map. It looks like it's going to be a very early Sage wall again. Little do they know it's going to have no effect. It's going to be a very quick A rush from iPra. Smokes come out from this Omen. They haven't gone with them, so if they do still end up going towards A side of the map, there is a high chance it could be 5v5. Raid comes through, Chosen taking down Bad Spawn, but Bell getting a refrag, and again, refrags coming through. Ren just happy with 1 kill there. And this gives me a nice opportunity to talk about how I feel trades always favour the offensive team. Although in this case, it doesn't really make much of a difference because they are completely surrounded. Only one person on the A side of the map, and it looks like it's going to be a very slow play again. They do have a tripwire there, so they will know if Viper pushes up any more than she already is. So it might be looking quite good for them with only, well, no people defending A side of the map right now. It is completely open for them. I wonder if they are aware. As soon as these smokes come down, they're going to need to go as quickly as possible. Take full advantage of them, or this Sage and Jet are going to be there very quickly. Jet has already come back. Throws some smokes of her own.
30 seconds left.
In return. One plant is going to come down, the door gets shut. Sage is going to sneak through it. I could see that coming from a mile away, but obviously we are pretty much omnipotent in this game and we can see everything that's going on. Really nice sneaky little play from the Sage. No one really expects that she will be so close to just sneak through as it was being shut. But having pulled off that particular play multiple times in my career of playing this game, which hasn't been very long, suffice to say the least, that was something that I would have definitely been holding for were I Omen. You'll just shut it. Either way, first round goes to iPra. Anvai, sorry, not iPra. Goes to Anvai. Again, an early wall coming through. But again, it looks like it is going to be a classic A rush. Using those weapons as well. A little bit of a wordplay right there that I'm quite proud of myself. Flashes come through. Long range engagement onto Chosen. He doesn't find anyone to get out of there with that reset. Wall comes through. Viper is going to be able to cut it off and take down people going through it. Anvai, unfortunately, not able to get the best of Bad Spawn. on that flank. Rack, really high level play there, to be honest. Shooting to mask the sound of him dropping. That is not something I would have expected to see in this game. And unfortunately, no one was there. But don't worry, bro. I expected you to see that 1000 IQ play. Unfortunately, it doesn't matter because nobody was there. Ren is gonna find a Marshall headshot over towards the top mid area. Dropping the bomb does get picked up. But they know that they are still over towards this A side of the map, and Viper is going to take that knowledge and get aggressive with it. Maybe figuring out that it's not going to be B. Hopefully we'll start early rotating over towards A, because it looks like it is going to be that side of the map. Taking down the first kill and second. Ren is there to back him up, but not really needed because Kurt is still pretty high on HP against his low HP Bell. He's going to take him down, a little bit of a celebratory spray right after. You can never have too much BM in terms of, you know, I always love to see people spraying dead bodies and stuff. Yeah, just sprays in general. Quite nice. Spraying after a kill, just a little bit of teabagging. It was always fun to see a little bit of competitivity in these games. And hopefully both sides would take it lightly. It's just a little bit of a joke at the end of the day. Switching up though, looks like they are going to go for a B side take. Full rifles across the board for them, and they are looking like they want to go towards B. They do leave some tripwires over towards A, so at least they have the knowledge if they are being flanked. They don't really have knowledge of people pushing at mid. They're kind of like keeping an eye on it. People could already be out mid in the lower section of it, and they wouldn't really have any idea. They are going to just 5-man push this B side of the map. Bell still holding this flank. Wall still up. Looks like some Molotovs are going to go through. Not going to find any ticks of damage for the sound cues. With this Reyna's angle right here, they could be pretty confident that it's not going to be at least an immediate A push. Wall goes down and they are going to start seeing each other. One way comes through, but there's no one there to hold the angle for it. Viper goes down, traded out by Kurt through the smoke. Ages come through to allow Lepsy to get back to the site, but it is going to be Anvai trading her life for bad spawns. Bell successfully finding that one, but unfortunately, or fortunately, Lepsy does get to the site with a bomb, allowing it to go down, but he has 17 HP in this 2v1. Kurt managing to upgrade to a Vandal there. It's a Bladestorm, but there's not really much use of using it. Bell does find him in the side of the head, but it is all for naught, as all the kills are going to go towards the side of Anvai.
There.
Now they managed to upgrade their previously lower tier weapons up to Vandals as well off the back of that win. But I'd be pretty happy with that if I were you. Taking it to 3-0. And now everyone else can buy rifles on their team, and they are going to be up against a very low buy from iPra. They could pull out 2 rifles, to be fair. Although I don't really think that's the play right now. You want to eco, go for some half buy bang downs around 2k, so you can still afford rifle and utility in the next round. Just look for a bit of economy damage. Because it's not like Anvai really have the best economy situation.
Let them.
3 players struggling around the 2k area. 3.5k as the highest player on the team. Looks like it's going to be a 5-man mid-take with his lower tier weapons. Might catch out Ren right here if he eats into it. Does see all 5 people there. Bladestorm comes through. Doesn't come out early enough to get kills on the updraft. And Bell is going to win that duel with a ghost. But that's pretty impressive if you ask me. Bell just managing to make it underneath that door. They are not aware that Chosen has already pushed into A side of the map, fully healing themselves and playing around for info. Really nice headshot from him. He's going to be Rack on the bomb. The last 2 players underneath Heaven, Chosen with a really nice 4k. Been pretty clutch for his team. A nice aggressive push into that A main area once he hears 5 people are up short. Letting him 3 kills at the back of people's heads, and just one final one right there. Into a player under Heaven. iPra Looking like they might start struggling at some point if they can't find this rifle round. Then they're going to be down a lot of rounds. The round after this one will be another force buy or a low buy or a half buy round. They really need to start stringing some of these kills together into rounds. They have been getting some opening first bloods. It hasn't turned into anything. Rack is going to go for a little bit of pre-fire over towards this B side of the map. Does get healed up, but will not have armor or even full HP late into this round. Anvai had gotten into a really nice position in the corner though, and taking out pretty much everyone, followed up by Ren and Dirt, and taking the final kill of the round. And I completely missed all of that because I was too busy talking about what Viper was doing, when she wasn't really doing much important to the round, just kind of hanging around waiting to get healed up. And that is why I'm practicing, so I can get at least a little bit better at this spectating jobby. Until I get good enough at casting that I no longer need to spectate my own games. That is the goal at the end of the day. Hopefully I will get there someday. And that round going down extremely quickly. They are going to be able to buy Vandals with some light armor across the board. Looks like that they have all the utility they could want, and they're going to go over towards a slow A with it. Chosen in a nice kind of little off angle to take. It does fall away from Omen Flash. Does have Empress available if he so chooses to use it. Nades coming through. Boombot coming through as well, might find some nice info. Finds out that there's at least more than one person there. Finds Ascent as they are crossing. Rack with a flank up mid goes down. But Anvai with a nice positioning again, finding another 3 players from behind. And they should be kind of aware where Bell is, and they are going to take him down. Chosen with, I believe that was his second kill of the round. And Anvai has just been coming in pretty huge. 2 rounds in a row, basically one off the back of his very smart positioning and finding kills pretty much for free. It's not all about impressive just taking aim drills all the time. It is smart positioning can win you rounds, as we just saw twice in a row. And now it is down to a half buy for iPra, and they are struggling in this game to really string anything together. Some smokes come through. Ren is down to 5 HP. Headshot once with a Sheriff. Doesn't take them down, but Ison is going to find a closer ranged headshot onto Anvai. And pick himself up a Vandal for his troubles. Does have Empress available if he wishes to use it. But there are 3 people over here defending on B. 2 of them are looking pretty low, but there is an AWP here. So they're going to need to kind of smoke or do something about it. Rack isn't really holding the entrance, so they could definitely get out. And Spawn going to find another kill. Chosen is coming in with a flank through. So this could be pretty huge. Omen TPing to the back of the site. Bad Spawn really needs to be looking for this, or he's going to get shot in the back of the head. Bladestorm comes through from Bell. Bomb is down. And remember, Ren is 5 HP from... Oh, Bomb is not down. Sorry, Spike is not down, but Bell takes down Ren as they were 5 HP from the beginning of the round. And Nam with another well-placed headshot from the Sheriff, taking their first round of the game off the back of a light armor pistol buy. Maybe they should stick to those for the rest of the game, because it's definitely been having more success than anything else. They were connecting some very nice shots with them. But obviously not. Rifles are the way to go, as a Vandal can one-shot headshot at range. They would have won that round even earlier, I believe, if that had been the case. A very nice, quick first blood would have been onto Ren. Either way, that's not really important. Full rifles across the board for everyone again. Towards this A side of the map, looking for another mid-push. Maybe Ren can do something different with this one. He's going to peek up with a boombot in his hands, but no one's looking towards him, so he doesn't go down. Nade comes through. He's going to find a bit of damage onto 2 players, but Lepsy's going to take that damage, shrug it off, and go find a kill with it. Chosen is again in this little aggressive position towards the A side of the map. Finds 1 kill with the Empress. Ison taking down Rack, raided out by Anvai. And Rack just gets revived. Chosen getting another kill over towards his A side of the map. Third, a nice clean headshot onto Bell. and really showing why this guy is the Reyna player for his team. Well, the Reyna player, she really doesn't do very well unless she snowballs off getting kills, so he obviously needs someone who can get kills to play Reyna, and Chosen has proven himself to be very able to do so far in this game. 7-1 right now. iPra going to be able to buy almost full rifles again. Only 4 rounds left of the half though. And they kind of need to get all of these, or at least 3. Really have much of a hope coming back into this game. We really need the pistol on the second half. Looking for another mid play here. Ren not really getting too aggressive. Here's some people jumping on the catwalk area. He is going to hold back at this headshot level. Might be a little bit too high. Flashes come through and he does have nice timing to get away. Is going to shut the door. That means that the garden area is going to be, well, not free at all, because they just melt the door in about 3 seconds, taking down Kurt towards mid. Remote comes through, and now they know that Ren is in this area, taking down one headshot. Lepsy trades out very quickly down to Nem. They are now smart and aware that this Chosen is going to push into this position pretty frequently. So they look for it, taking down. And Rack is going to find a kill towards Ascent through this little smoke, smoking off B side of the map. Ult comes through, find herself some space, pushing towards the bomb. Might be able to just stick it here, to be honest, in the area. Does call out the TP, and Anvai takes him down. Bell, though, taking down Anvai. Rack with a nice headshot through the smoke, taking down Bad Spawn proceedingly. I'm pretty happy with that. See, it is pretty nice on the replay, because only your teammates aren't running through it as well. Viper does have those red outlines, which allows them to see people before they see her, pretty much. Or more clearly, at least. Well, that does net them the 8th round on the board. Although, iPra kind of losing so much at this point that they are able to just buy more rifles on top of more rifles again if they so choose. Could have at least 2, but they are going to opt for kind of a half and half buy. Bell is going to buy down to full. And this is something I've seen teams do, and it's something you need to avoid. You need to buy it together as a team, or your economy is going to be all over the place and completely skewed. Doesn't going to get the first kill on a round, finding another one onto Lepsy. And this is the Reyna snowball I was talking about. She can just get 1 kill and then use her abilities to be able to net her other kills, and so on and so on. That's not how a snowball works. Gonna find another one off the back of Chosen supportive flashes. 9-1 right now. These rounds are getting ever so quicker and quicker. And I don't know. I feel like iPra really need to connect these last 2 rounds. I have talked previously about how this game is pretty easy to come back from any scoreline. But not easy in a sense that it's just possible. More possible than other games. If they don't win any more rounds in this half, then it is not going to look very good for them. Rack taking down first blood, followed by another one. Only 1 trade for iPra, and Rack is on a 3k right now, looking to take out this Cypher. Can't quite find last shot. This round pretty much already looks shut down. Lepsy on 30 HP, although Bell does come through finding a kill onto the flanking member, bringing it back into the realms of possibility. Are going to look to rotate over towards this A side of the map. With no one there currently, they might look to just go quickly, or they are looking to fake it out. Kind of hope that Anvai rotate over towards A, like, with a really good timing. But if I was Anvai right now, I just wouldn't rotate until I had the bomb right down. 2v2, so you kind of have strength in playing together, especially as you know Cypher is extremely low. And they are both still going to be here. He's going to be holding this aggressive angle. He's not unfortunately going to be able to find the second one, but Lepsy is very low.
30 seconds left.
HP bomb starts to go down, so Chosen knows that he is on the site.
Spike planted.
He's almost going to be caught with utility in his hands. 10 HP. And Reyna kind of has some knowledge of where he is on the site right now. Although Lepsy, reading him like a book. Hopefully the timing works in his favour. It does not. He turns around again at the perfectly wrong time. It couldn't have been any worse for him. The timing just not quite working in his head. Unfortunately, 10-1 for Anvai. And it's not looking good at all. You really need to start doing something. I'm not quite sure how, like, attacker-defender sided this map is. I'm hoping for Anvai that it is decently defensive sided, or they are going to be in for a world of struggles in this next half. Although, you've got to start somewhere, and a great start would be taking this round for themselves. Obviously, better to go into the second half with 2 rounds instead of 1. It doubles your current score. I wouldn't say no. I'm just kind of flexing his very expensive knife. I had that knife in the beta. Changed a little bit when it came out, but it was very nice. Blade Storm comes through to try and find some picks mid. Ult getting popped all over the place. And all that netted them was Lepsy looking really low. Kurt finding a really nice one top of the ice and finding another one. Really nice wall play shots with his Blade Storm. Should be able to find another one. Right click does not come through. Bell finding 2 kills off the back of that. Hunter's Fury is available. If they find another kill, they might want to use it. Do get chosen. Gets shot in the back of the head by Anvai, not turning around quick enough to be able to get that kill.
Switching
and it is going to be off number 2. iPra going with 5 people on Ghosts. One frenzy does come out from Kurt. I'm interested to see where he plays with that, as it is a weapon that you would normally see played at like a closer angle, as its range is pretty pathetic. Does look like he's, I don't know, opting to just chill in spawn. Not really feeling like he's going to do anything with it at this moment in time. Maybe he's crashed and a pause might come through, or something of the sorts. Maybe he's just looking to get to a close position somewhere else in the round. Bell is looking for some aggressive info towards this A side of the map. Should find some in a second here. Hopefully finds this first kill, but no, it was not meant to be. Rack finding that headshot. And doesn't find a second one. Nam and Bison finding kills respectively for themselves. It does look like Kurt has disconnected there. We get the confirmation in chat. Nade comes through onto Nam as he was throwing smokes out. Does find some damage onto Bad Spawn, but that doesn't allow Ren to find the next kill onto him. It is going to be Anvai without the bomb over towards this B side of the map. The bomb is still in spawn over on Kurt's dead body. And I'm not quite sure whether to type that he DC'd in chat. Maybe just give him the extra time of these guys wandering around the map trying to find him so he can rejoin. But even if it was a bit cheesy going into the round 5v4, at least they get the pistol round, in theory. Maybe Kurt could come back and completely wipe the floor with everyone, but with only 30 seconds left, it is not looking very promising. All does come through. iPra don't really look like they're interested in falling for that. Maybe they think it is a bait. It is not. Computer seems to have gone. Hopefully he can come back.
10 seconds left.
Because this was looking like it was going to be Anvai's game. And it will be pretty unfortunate if they lose off the back of a player's PC crashing. Pause might come through for these teams. I would expect to see so, yeah. Thank you. Yo, I2 Daka, how's it going, mate? Apologies, I'm not reading chat when I'm spectating the games, just because I like to focus on the game a bit more in pauses and stuff like that, you know. No reason not to. Ooh, it looks like the finals are going on over on NBX Reaver's Twitch. For this little free tournament that they've got going on. Now that's going on. Unfortunately, my assailant guys couldn't make it to the finals, going down in the semis. It was a close game, very interesting to watch. And maybe a VOD somewhere that you guys could watch. Because it was quite an interesting game. Players from both teams. And obviously, it was more of a competitive environment than just scrims, because scrims are mainly to learn. Tournaments are obviously to win. Oh, it is 7-0 for one team right now in those finals, so not looking good for whoever their opposition is. But I'm not going to spoil it too much. You can go and watch it for yourself if you would like to. Or of course you could say here, batch time is set off. We are going to go back into this game in 10 seconds. Iceland coming out with a Marshall into this anti-horsepower round. He's going to be able to find some one-shots to the body with this weapon. Unless... unless Chosen has something to say about it. Okay, he just wants this game to be over, peeking out and taking his head clean off. Didn't even give him a chance to realise what was going on. He's going to go for this Marshall. It might get caught off by Bell. Bad Spawn in the meantime taking 2 for himself over towards his B side of the map, and the bomb is down. Lepsy helping him out, taking Rack down in the back, this B side of the map. And they are looking in a pretty good spot to win this 2v3, unless Raider hits some more nasty headshots like she just did. It's not looking too good for them. Ren, he's just trying to kind of make some noise and take some attention away from mid, hoping that Chosen can get some kills. Pushing out onto the side, gets shot in the side by Ren. That was kind of the only real way I expected to see that going. I wonder what this Cypher cam's like. Ooh, is this on like a lamp or something? Quite cheeky. I wonder what its like rotation is. I wonder if it can like look and see everywhere across the map, like across the site. Quite interesting, but what's more interesting is Chosen finding 1 kill. Can pick up this Spectre. He still has full HP, is opting to stick with a Marshall. Has downgraded the Sheriff to a Classic. Camera does miss the tag. Does have the bomb, can't quite find the headshot or the follow-up shots with the Classic. Does get finally revealed and finds Lepsy on the site, taking him down. (11-3). So the comeback is on, has started. Although it is going to be a pretty long road for iPra to win this one. But it's got to start somewhere, right? They could win this theoretically without even taking it to overtime. That would be quite nice for them. Obviously, when overtime comes through, they mess up twice, 2 rounds down, and they will lose. It does look like a default's coming out from Anvai. Bell is just jiggle peeking for some info. Sees a Viper up on the wall. Not sure if they really know who it was. They saw at least someone that is going to back up, relaying that info to their team. Letting them know that there is at least someone towards A. Low plays looking like they're coming out here onto the B side of the map. Ren is already on 43 HP with this Sheriff. Looking for some headshots. I think at this range it will one-shot the head. If Sova peeks. Cages come out. People are just going to slowly back away. Trying to find a kill onto this player short. Can't quite connect enough shots to make it do so. He's just slowly trudging along. Timer now down to 40 seconds. Do see a player on the right side of the map, and in the meantime, Rack is gonna find a kill. Over towards this flank heaven. I have no idea how he even got here, and that is why you pay attention. Does peek out to utility in his hands, unfortunately. Chosen finds the refrag, so it's not the end of the world. Manages to pick up a Vandal, and this round is all of a sudden looking quite good for them. Chosen. That heal, man. Well, it's just so powerful, being able to get a kill. And even if you go down to 1 HP, you can pretty much instantly go back up to full, taking his team to match point. off the back of a very light buy. And as you see in chat, Viper is on the way to A site, which would lead you to believe that it might be an A take. But no, it does look like the bomb is over towards this B side of the map.
No prisoners.
And this could be the last round of the match, especially considering iPra's buy, but it's not like Anvai's buy is too hot either. Confusing considering that they had enough money to buy as much as they wanted. Kurt is going to push up aggressively towards the short area of the map with a bomb in hand. A little bit strange decision. He could have easily gone down there. Women does hear that the bomb has been dropped. That is a sound cue that is pretty indistinguishable. I mean, distinguishable actually from every other sound in the game. So he hears that, can call it to his teammates, but that's not really going to do very much. They don't have very much map control. Bell does kill Rack over on this A side of the map. But that does kind of put off the question of going towards A, as they don't really have much info towards it. Wall comes through towards the CT side of the map, and kill traded through. Ren is down. He was the member with the sheriff, so that is not the end of the world. The B side of this map is completely open. Kurt looking to find a kill towards spawn. Does find Lepsy a little bit through the edge of that wall. Looking for another one. Finds Iceland as well. Obviously a Vandal should win that duel against the Spectre. Chosen going to find Raze dashing over, updrafting over the wall mid. And that is going to be a very well deserved GG from Anvai. A very clean game from them. Not too many mistakes happening across the board. I feel like it would have definitely been a quicker win if Kurt's PC hadn't decided to kick the bucket and crash. But what can you do? They didn't get the pause in time. And that is pretty much it. I don't know if I'm going to do any more because it's quite late over here. So I'm going to thank you guys all for watching. And hope you enjoyed. I will try and stream maybe tomorrow or the day after. It just depends when I can get more scrims to watch. So, yeah, thank you very much, guys. And I'll see you later. Oh, yeah, make sure to follow as well.